Namaskar. Welcome to the example number 8 for the event marriage prospects. In this example, we are going to study a birth chart of a female about the destiny on the marriage and also timing of event for the marriage. And we are going to study this chart with the EPS tables. And the important points normally we follow the key planets of the destiny into the dasa key planets in the Bugdi, that is split connections, and importance of the ruler's link. So these are the three important points normally we'll be finding in all the charts. That in this chart also we'll be finding this impact strongly. Well, let us check the chart. Example number 8, timing of marriage. The important points can be found in this example. Our all three important points: role of key planets of the destiny in the Dasa Lord, and role of key planets of the Dasa Lord in Bugdi, and also Bugdi's key planet in the Antara, that is split connection. And also the important thing is about the impact of the ruler's link. Apart from that, we can find in the Dasa Lord, some unfavorable key planets will be playing role, but they will not be giving strong influence because the destiny, it is not weak. I will explain that also in this chart. Let us check the chart now. This is the birth chart of that female, and let me open that North Indian chart so that we can have the general study. 7th cusp is falling. Lagna is Leo Lagna. 7th cusp is falling in Aquarius. 7th Lord Saturn is posted in the 4th house in the sign of Mars. Mars is aspecting to the Saturn and also aspecting to the 7th house. 7th Lord Saturn is further influenced by any unfavorable planets? No, it is occupying the 4th house, aspected by Mars, 4th Lord, 9th Lord, from the Lagna. So otherwise, that 7th Lord is not influenced by 6, 8, 12 grouping. So that way, it is not badly posted, though it is not in a good place, but it is not badly influenced or badly afflicted. So that way we can see that 7th Lord is not badly afflicted. So we can see that. Now let us go to the analysis part. So for which we have to study the, select the event first. I have already selected the event, marriage first natal. Now let us check the significators. Significators, just a minute. Self-significators and coloring can be given for each planet according to their self-signification strength. Now, Lagna Lord. Lagna Lord occupying Lagna, 12th sublord. 1 and 1 is good, but 12th sublord is indicating some weakness, but it is not detrimental. So we can give Sun is blue color. And 7th Lord, 6th Lord, 7th Lord occupying 4, 4, 8, 12 star Lord, and 1, 7, 11 cuspal sublord. You can see 6th Lord occupying 4th house and 4, 8, 12. So unfavorable grouping. 6th cuspal Lordship planet is having that. So that is having some weakness, definitely. But that same planet is 7th Lord also, but it is cuspal sublord for 1, 7, and 11. It is having both favorable and unfavorable, but Saturn is the primary cuspal sublord of the 7th house. 7th Lord and 7th sublord also. So we can give Saturn is the pink shade. It means it is having both favorable and unfavorable grouping. Then 2nd Lord, 11th Lord occupying Lagna and 5th cuspal sublord Mercury. It is very good signification. And Ketu also representing Mercury also having favorable grouping. So definitely Mercury has to be given dark green. And Ketu, same way, it is favorable and the second planet is good. So Ketu can be given is light green because it's having 1, 5, 1 and 5, 3 and 1 and 5 and 3. It can be given either dark green or light green because of the absence of unfavorable. So we can give green, but since it is not having 2 or 7 or 11 that important houses, so I prefer to differentiate from Mercury. I'm giving light green. And Venus, third lord, 10th lord occupying Lagna, 9th star lord and 9th sublord. 3, 1, 9, 9 are good, supporting to the third house, and 10th lord also, but that is not being supported. So because of this grouping, and we can give Venus blue color because it is 10th lord also not having strong favorable grouping. So we can give blue. Light green also we can give it 3, 1, 9 and 9 sublord. Yes, we can give a light green also because it is not having unfavorable grouping. Yes, we can give light green. And sun we have given. Moon is 12th lord occupying 8th house, 2, 6, 10, star lord and 6 sublord. This is weak. So moon has to be given light red. And Mars, 4th lord, 9th lord occupying Lagna. This is good only, but because of the 4th lord and no favorable grouping, 9 and 1 is okay, not very strong, but so we can give that Mars is blue color. And Rahu is 7th occupant, 3, 7, 11 star lord is good, and second cuspal sublord. This grouping is good, but 4 and 8 cuspal sublord. This is not good. It is indicating some weakness. Second planet Jupiter also having some weakness. Because of the favorable grouping, it will be favorable definitely. And because of the 4, 8 cuspal sublord and some weakness, it is having some mixed signification. So Rahu we can give mixed. Suppose that 4 and 8, it is, if it is present in the CL or OCC, then we would have given blue also. But it is having 4, 8 in the sublord CSL, so supported by this. So I prefer that Rahu with the pink, that is mixed one. Then Jupiter. Jupiter is 5th lord, 8th lord occupying 8th house and 10th sublord. Weakness is present. Being the 5th lord, we cannot give it as a blue or though it is 5th lord, it is unfavorable also present, but we cannot give light red also because it is 5th lord and also supported by the Rahu. So anyway, Jupiter also can be given the pink shade, but here unfavorable on the higher side. When compared to Rahu, this is a little more weakness. But to differentiate that, Jupiter can be given light pink. It means unfavorable little bit more when compared to the Rahu. To differentiate Rahu and Jupiter, I'm giving this color. And any other planets pending? No, I think we have given all the planets their colors. And let me set colors now. And let us go to the home page and check the destiny. So let us check the destiny now. Just a minute. Yes. Now what we have to do, we have to open that significators. If you look at the significators, except moon, all the planets are having favorable. Ketu, Venus, and Sun also, and Mars also, Rahu also. Jupiter is having some weakness, and representing Rahu is good. And Saturn is primary cuspal sublord planet, destiny planet with a mixed significator. Mercury is very good. So only 1 or 2 planets are weak, but all other planets are having favorable grouping. So now what we are going to do, we are going to study the destiny. So who is the 7th lord? Before that, let me open the birth chart. Maybe if it is required, we will open. Now let us check the destiny planets. What are the 7th lord planets? 7th lord is Saturn and 7th sublord also Saturn. So let us focus on this Saturn. That is the 7th lord also and 7th sublord also. This is mixed one. Star lord is Mercury, is good, key planet. And Venus, good. So both green planets are ruling the star lord and sublord. And 2A level also supportive, and only the, fourth level is supportive, 2A level is weak. Saturn source planet is having both 6 and 7 in CL, but CSL is 1, 7, 11. Now the star lord planet, if you study the combined level, 7, 2, 11, 1 and 3, this is favorable. So unfavorable are not supported, favorable are getting strength from the star lord planet Mercury and also second planet. If you check the second step, star lord and star lord of the star lord, star lord of the star lord is not strong, it is weak. Fortunately, that star lord planet, it is not having the 7th house in CL or CSL. Because if it is having 7th house, that is in the star of moon, this unfavorable 12, 8, 6 sublord will have more impact on the 7th house. Because source, if it is having that planet, it is having 7th house, and star lord, it is having that 8th house, 12th house, 6th house or unfavorable grouping, that house matters, 7th house matters will experience this. So that in that case, it will become star lord will get if that unfavorable strength will be on the through the star lord of the star lord, favorable strength of the star lord will be reduced, because if it is having 7, this impact will be more on this Mercury. Fortunately, this Mercury is not having that 7, it is having 2 and 11 and having 5th sublord. Even then, it will have the impact, but it's comparatively better. Now, that star lord of the star lord unfavorable is not further supported by the sublord planet. In other words, star lord and sublord are favorable. They are forming favorable grouping. It is good. So the 7th sublord and 7th lord having favorable grouping, and it is favorable for the marriage. It is not indicating any strong trouble, and no separations are indicated. But still, you can see this is having some unfavorable grouping also. And 2A level planet moon is also having some, it is having some weakness. So that we have to keep it in mind. So in the destiny planet, favorable key planets are Mercury and Venus. Mercury Ketu or Ketu Mercury. Either way you can take it, because both are having good significators. And Sun is coming next. And Moon is the unfavorable key planet. Moon is the unfavorable key planet. Okay. Now what we have to do? We have to check the Dasa Lord. Which Dasa, the native, is supportive for the marriage, or which Dasa is, ruling at the time of marriage. Because destiny is good. The Dasa Lord is supportive, that is enough. But Dasa Lord should have the key planets of these destiny planets. So let us check the that Dasa navigator. Venus Dasa is starting from 16, 17 years. So up to 27 years, 16, 17. 16 years, and Ketu is going to be there. Venus is going to run for about 20 years, no? So approximately 35 years it is going to run. So the Venus Dasa should be running during the marriageable age. So let us check Venus is favorable for the marriage. Venus itself is green. Star Lord is also blue, good. 2A level also green. And sub-level planet is the weakness. And Star Lord of the sub-lord is Mercury is good. So now you can see planet level, star level, and you can see Star Lord and Star Lord of the Star Lord. Second step, this is further supported by the Venus, favorable houses. It is not forming any 2 or 7 or 11. You can see only at the last level, only 2, 11 are there. But it is not having any 2 or 7 or 11, but it is having 12 and 8 also. Sublord, it is having weakness. Fortunately, that previous level, it is not having the 7th house. If it was having 7th house, the sublords, this unfavorable will have some impact on the 7th house matters, that as I already said. Now, the sublord is having weakness. Unfavorable key planet, it is ruling the sublord. And as I said, 2 things we have to keep it in mind. Dasa Lord is everything is good, only one level is having weakness. That Dasa Lord's unfavorable key planet, either it is influencing the dasa, or it is, sorry, not dasa, destiny. If the dasa lord's unfavorable key planet is ruling the dasa lord, sorry, destiny, whether the destiny is influenced by the unfavorable key planet moon in its ruler. But you can see destiny is having that moon only at the 2A level. Indirectly, it is giving the impact. Otherwise, destiny is good. So because the destiny is not strongly affected by the moon, that unfavorable key planet, that moon is, though it is ruling at the sub-level, it will have the impact of this unfavorable, but it is not going to be strongly unfavorable for two reasons. Because that destiny planet is not having that moon its rulers, making the destiny strongly weaker. And another one, that Venus planet or sun planet is not having the primary house 7. If 7 is present, the sublord planet will have that 7th house matters or will experience this one. So because of that one, this will give some obstacles and struggles or some weakness to the marriage prospects, not happy marital life. Because of this, it can give some obstacles, but it cannot lead to the strong unfavorable significations. You understand? That way we can see that destiny planets, favorable key planets are playing role that we have to check. Destiny's favorable key planet is Mercury and Venus and Sun. Venus is present, Sun is present, Mercury are present. So all these planets are present, but unfavorable moon is also playing role. But as I said, for that reasons, because of that, it is not going to be unfavorable strongly, though it is indicating some weakness. One more thing also we have to keep it in mind. As I said, already I have explained also, when one level planet is weak, its level can be increased or decreased by the star lord and the support planets, right? Now you can see, if you check the step number 3, when you check, this is not good, but star lord of this planet, sublord, is 2, 11, 1, 5. They are all not supporting to the unfavorable, rather they are reducing the unfavorable strength of the moon. So that way, unfavorable sublord is getting reduced by the star lord of the sublord. That is good. So that way, that unfavorable key planet strength are not supported by the its star lord. Then another point, if the Mercury or Venus and Sun, or if they are present in the support of the moon, then obviously that moon will have the support key planets, strong key planets, and also can form the ruler link if they are all ruling the levels. Let us check whether moon is having the favorable or unfavorable key planet in its supports. Moon is having the Rahu, it is having mixed significator, good significator, and you can see Mercury. Moon is aspected by Mercury. Mercury is the star lord. Mercury is the planet which is reducing the unfavorable strength of the moon. That Mercury itself is aspecting to moon, and yes, Mercury is present and Mars is also present. So that way, moon's unfavorable strength is reduced by the Mercury. That Mercury is the star lord of that moon itself, forming roller link. So that way, that moon unfavorable strength are not further supported by the star lord, but it is supported by the star lord for on the favorable side. That way, Venus is, the star lord is supportive for the marriage along with that key planets. You can see that Venus is not having, it is having 3, 1, 1, 1, all 1, 9 only. It is not having 2 or 7 or 11 in signification, only at the last level only it is having. But if you check with the EPS table, you can see Venus is having that Saturn, primary cuspal sublord planet, 7th lord and 7th sublord. This is present. And Sun is present. Mars is present. So Lagna ruler present, 7th lord and 7 and 11 sublord. Saturn is playing role supporting to the Venus. Similarly, whether Sun is also having the influence of the Saturn? Yes. Venus, Sun is having the influence of the Saturn, our destiny planet. So you know that destiny planet is having mixed significator, but its role by way of support will be significant the receiving planet, when they are having favorable, they will get the impact of the Saturn's favorable signification strongly. The unfavorable will give some hurdles. That's all. So the Venus and Sun is again in the star of Venus only. So that way, the role of the key planets of the destiny, that is destiny planet itself, is present in the support. So that way, the Venus Dasa is supportive for the marriage. So during Venus Dasa, definitely, because Venus is not very strongly signifying the favorable houses for the marriage, but it is not weak, it is supportive. Now, in the favorable Bugdi, strong Bugdi, the marriage will happen. So, what are the favorable key planets of the Dasa Lord? Obviously, that Mercury. Mercury is the one which is having strongly playing role and forming ruler link to the moon also. And other favorable key planets are Venus and Sun. Venus, Sun, and Mercury, Ketu are the strong key planets of the Dasa Lord. Apart from that, Saturn also playing a role in the supports. Saturn is also important because being the primary cuspal sublord key planet, its role also can be playing a significant role in the Bugdi Lord. The Bugdi Lord, if it is having the key planets of the Dasa Lord and also Saturn role also present, it is going to be very strong. Now let us check which are the planets are having these key planets in their rulers. Venus Dasa, you can see Sun. Sun is good, star lord is Venus is good. This is good. And the third step sublord is Saturn. Saturn directly appearing as the sublord, and this is indicating some weakness. It is good only. So star lord of sublord is good, star lord is good, and 2A level planet also good only, but sub-level planet being the mixed significator at the sub-level, it is having some weakness. So let us keep this Sun in the waiting list. Then you can see the planet. Which are the planets are having the unfavorable key planet of the Dasa Lord, that is Moon. Moon is here, so the Moon is not going to be favorable. Let us check the Mars planet, whether Mars is having such signification. Yeah, Mars is in the star of Venus, and again Mars is the sublord also. So Venus is present, good only, but important key planet is what? Our Mercury. Mercury Ketu is not playing role, so it is having some weakness. So that way we have to keep this Mars in the not in the waiting list. We can it is supportive for the marital life, but not strong enough to conduct the marriage because of the absence of the strong favorable key planet Mercury. Okay, Venus is present, Mercury is not present, and it is not so good. Rahu is not good. Again, Saturn, mixed key planet. Though it is 7th cuspal sublord, at the star level, you can see Rahu occupying 7th house. In the star of planet, Saturn is having mix. So 7 is going to experience this unfavorable and also favorable. So this is not good. So we can, though Mercury is playing a role at the 2A level, the remaining levels are good, but it is having weakness at the source and the effect. So this is not very strong. Jupiter planet. The Jupiter planet favorable source is having mixed one. So source can be mixed one, not an issue. 5, 8, 8, 10 and representing Rahu. Okay. Here Rahu itself in the source 4, 8 sublord. Here Rahu is second planet, but still Jupiter is having this 8, 8, 10. It is having indicating some obstacle. But look at the star level is Ketu is good. 2A level Sun is good. Sub-level Mars is also fine. And star lord of the sublord is Venus. Here star level is weak, but here star level, star lord of the star lord, sub-level, star lord of sublord, all are favorable. Moreover, our favorable key planet of the Dasa Lord is Mercury Ketu or Ketu Mercury. It is playing role at the star level. And if you look at the combined level, 5 is supported by 1, 5, 5, 3 and 2, 11, 1, 5. And this is further supported by 1 and 1. Some weakness at the 2A level, but favorable are present. Sub-level planet is 9th lord occupying 1. So this is also supported to the 1, 1, 1, 5. And again, Mars in the star of Venus also favorable. So though it is not having the, you can see that Jupiter 5, 8 and 8, 5 is okay, but star lord is having Lagna, but representing this one is very good, and representing Mercury 211 as a second planet is good, and the remaining levels are supporting. So Jupiter is favorable. If you open that Jupiter planets page, that EPS table, we can find role of the Saturn, because Saturn is a favorable key planet with a mixed significator. So Jupiter is having Venus aspecting, and Rasi Lord is Mars. Mars is 491. Mars is the sublord. So that way favorable, our key, ruler's link is present. Ketu is good, and Ketu is having Mercury, second planet. Mercury itself, it is conjoined with that, so favorable strength is strongly present. And the role of Saturn is not directly present at the planet and star level, but 2A level, it has got Saturn here. You can see Saturn here, and Mars planet is aspected by Saturn. So that way, that primary cuspal sublord key planet is influencing the Mars. So it is present in the sublord of the this planet Jupiter, which is supporting to that. So that way, Saturn role is present in this planet. That is also good only. But moreover, this Jupiter is having the strong favorable key planets of the Dasa Lord. And the Destiny's key planet is, what are the Destiny key planet? Destiny 7th sublord key planet itself is Mercury and Venus. So you can see that Jupiter is having both Mercury and Venus. It is in its rulers. That way, it is good. So Jupiter is good. And next one is Saturn. So Saturn, whether Saturn is favorable, Saturn, as I said, in self, it is having some weakness, but star lord is Mercury is good, and sublord is Venus is good, and star lord of the sublord is good. 2A level only is having some weakness that we already studied when we studied about the destiny. 2A level planet is weak, but this is getting some, it is not supported by the star lord, but they are not strongly afflicted by the star lord. It is indicating some weakness, right? As I said, if it is having 7th house, then the star lord, if it is having unfavorable, it is going to be more unfavorable. Though it is 7th sublord and 7th lord, the star level is supporting to the 7, not 6 is not supported by this, so there is a gap. That chain is broken, and 2A level planet is making weakness. So this is having some weakness, but not strongly unfavorable. But star level, sub level are having our key planets, Mercury, Ketu, and Venus, and also Sun. So that way, Saturn is also good, Jupiter also good, and Mercury is okay, but star level, Moon and Moon, that sub-level, unfavorable key planet, which is not good. And Ketu is first level is good, Sun also good, all the levels are good only, all planets are having. So now that the difference between this planet and this planet, that strong favorable key planet Ketu or Mercury are playing at the star level here. Here, planet only is that one. Star level is having Sun blue color 1112. It is blue, but not very strongly present. It is having some weakness. Sublord also, it is good only, but when compared to this, the star level planet is not very strong. So this we cannot take it as the good planet for the event. And which is the one, Venus. So Venus Dasa only we are checking, right? Under Venus Dasa, Jupiter is good, Saturn is good, and Ketu is okay, but not very strong. And one more planet we have kept in the waiting list, that's Sun. Sun in the star of Venus is okay. Sub-level is Saturn, that is not good, that I said. No? So that way, this is not possible. So in that case, which are the planets are favorable? Jupiter and Saturn are stronger. Under the Venus Dasa, Jupiter and Saturn can be favorable planets to act as the Bugdi and Antra. Out of the Jupiter and Saturn, which is strong? Jupiter is stronger than the Saturn. Why? Saturn is having some weakness in the source, and also 2A level also having some weakness. So that way that Saturn's strength, if it is passed on to the other planet, other levels, then that ruler's link will increase the unfavorable significations also. Well, let us check whether Saturn is passing its unfavorable signification to the star lord. No, but star lord planet is having moon in its supports unfavorable, that is the star lord of the Mercury. So star lord's favorable is getting some obstacles through the star lord of the star lord, that too with the ruler's link, so that the impact is going to be little more. Because of that, Saturn is weaker than the Jupiter. So you can see that key planet of the Dasa Lords, Sun, Mercury, and Ketu. Importantly, Mercury, Ketu, and Venus, then comes Sun. Mercury, Ketu, and Venus. They are playing role here also, here also. Out of them, Saturn is weaker than the Jupiter, and other planets which are having these key planets in their rulers, but important level, that star level is not ruled by the either Ketu or Mercury, which is the strong favorable key planet, which is making the destiny also favorable, and also Dasa also supportive for the event. So because of that, Jupiter, Saturn are favorable than the other planets. So under the Venus Dasa, that Jupiter is stronger than the Saturn. So Jupiter Bukti and Saturn Antra are more favorable for the event of marriage. So let us check the timing of event. That native got married in 17 to 2014. 17 February 2014. Let me write it down. 17 to 2014. So that is Venus Dasa, Jupiter Bukti, and Saturn Antra. Let us check the Dasa navigator. Venus Dasa 2014, Jupiter Bukti, and 17 to 2000, yes, Saturn Antra, up to 4 2014. So Venus Dasa, Jupiter Bukti, Saturn Antra, that native got married. If you look at that Dasa, that Bukti Lord, which is stronger than the Saturn, Bukti Lord is having 5, right? And second planet is having 7. If you take only the CLOCC, Star Lord is having Lagna, first house, but second planet is Mercury, 2 and 11. Sublord is having 4 and 9 and 1 only. So indirectly it is having that 7th house and 12, 2 and 11 houses, it is supportive. And here you can see Saturn is having both favorable and unfavorable in the source, and the effect is good, that is Star Lord is good, and star lord of the star lord is not good, sublord it is good. So it is also having favorable grouping. But there are other planets which are having these 2, 7, 11 significant, 2, 11 significator. You can see Rahu having occupying 7th house, star lord is having 6, 7, and sublord is 2, 11, 1. So the star lord of the star lord, so normally, in KP, they do not take star lord of the star lord. If you take only the Rahu and Saturn, 7, 7, sublord is 3, 10, and 1. So it is having not very strong, but occupant of the 7th house, and being the Rahu is the free planet, strong significator of 7. And Mercury also, Mercury 2, 11, 1, and star lord is not good, sublord is not good. And any other planet is having such significations? Yes, moon in the star of Mercury 2, 11 is good, but sublevel is 12 and 8. So that way, if you see that also, it is also having in CL, OCC also not very strong. Only that Saturn and Jupiter and that Mars are supportive. Out of them, the presence of favorable key planet is only there for the Jupiter and Saturn. They are having the Ketu and Mercury in their rulers, star level and sublevel ruled by the favorable key planets. And that sublevel planet, that Sun and Mars is in the star of Venus. So that also, if it is getting the ruler link from the other planet, it is going to be very good. That is what we have experienced here. Anyway, let us check the key planets in the transit. role of key planets in the transit. So what are the dates? 17 to 2014, the native got married. Let me choose the natal cusp and natal chart also we can open. Let us check the destiny, the transit of the Jupiter. Where is Jupiter? Jupiter is here. So Jupiter in the Gemini sign, transit Jupiter, whether Jupiter is aspecting to the moon or the seventh house or second house or second lord or seventh lord, yes, Jupiter is aspecting to the seventh house. That is a good thing. So that way it is also supportive. And what are the Dasa Bhuktī period? Venus, Jupiter, and Saturn. Where is the Venus? Venus is posted in the sign of Jupiter in the fifth house. That Venus is in the sign of Jupiter, our favorable, the Bhuktī Lord. That Jupiter in the star of Ketu. That way, Venus is in the sign of Jupiter. Jupiter is not strong, but in the star of Ketu in the natal chart, it is good. Venus is in own star. Venus is in own star and Mercury sub. So Venus is in the own star means what? Venus is own star is a green planet, na? Good key planet. And Mercury is the sublord. Mercury is another strong favorable key planet. It is important key planet. So Venus Dasa in the sign of Jupiter. Jupiter is the Bhuktī Lord also. Let us check what Jupiter is signifying. Jupiter is aspecting to Venus in the transit also, that is fine. Jupiter in the sign of Mercury, our favorable key planet, and in the star of Rahu. Rahu is 73711 Cuspal star lord. This is good. Despite some obstacles, it is favorable. Jupiter in the star of Rahu and sub of Venus is another favorable key planet. So that favorable key planets are playing role for the Dasa Bhuktī transit, and Antara is Saturn. Saturn is in the sign of Venus, and in the star of Jupiter. Jupiter is, as we discussed, Jupiter in the star of Ketu, favorable key planet, and you can see Saturn in the sub of Sun. Sun is the good planet, one-on-one in the star of Venus, another favorable key planet. So the role of the favorable key planet, whichever we have studied for the Dasa and Destiny planet, they are playing role in the transit also. So that way, that I think you are able to understand how far the transit also supportive. They are traveling in the sign and star of the key planets of the birth chart, either directly as the key planet or they are in the star of the key planet. And also, in addition to that, Jupiter's transit aspecting to the natal seventh house is further supporting during that, Dasa Bhuktī Antara period of Venus Dasa, Jupiter Bhuktī, and Saturn Antara when the native got married. I think you are able to understand. And so we have studied with the EPS table. In the next video, I will make another video for the same chart, how with the help of the pilt table we can identify the key planets' influence on the Dasa Bhuktī periods. We'll meet. Thank you. Good luck.